Hello and welcome to the CNBC-TV18 special conversation. Now, IKEA, the 82-year-old Swedish home furnishing retailer, is entering the North Indian market after a long wait. And to tell you more about this and IKEA's growth strategy in India, we have a very special guest with us, Susanne Pulverer, the CEO and Head Sustainability IKEA India. Susanne, thank you so much for joining us here on CNBC-TV18. Now, my first question to you is why we are here. The IKEA is finally getting into the North Indian market, and not just Delhi-NCR. You will be online delivering into 8 satellite cities, including smaller tier 2 cities like Agra, Allahabad, Chandigarh. Tell us about this strategy and why was this a long wait to enter the North Indian market?
We are very excited to finally be here. Of course, something we have been looking forward to for a long time, and so does many people in Delhi and the surrounding cities. So we have taken our time to learn from the first phase of expanding in 3 markets, in Hyderabad, in Mumbai and in Bangalore, and setting up for a good launch in Delhi. And now we are ready and we are here. And what we have learned is it's good to go with online first.
Yeah.
We have set up the backbone with the whole of supply. We have inaugurated a CDC with a partner in south of Gurugram. And all of that is now set together with the delivery and the service partners. And then, of course, we will complement with physical presence in the region. But this is a very exciting start, and we are so happy to be here.
What is the strategy when you combine the Delhi-NCR market? You spoke about Hyderabad and Mumbai. These are big markets for IKEA, of course, and in the India context, these are metro cities. Of course, Delhi-NCR is one of the next steps that we would expect IKEA to take. But how about the satellite cities, the smaller cities? Do you think the appetite is building, the aspiration is building? How does IKEA see these small cities?
Yeah, no, we have seen, and we have seen there is a lot of demand in these cities as well, and it's developing fast. And we have had business customers already asking to deliver to these cities, and we believe there is an opportunity to service these 9 prominent cities around in the north of India to go together with the Delhi-NCR region. And we have looked at the capacity and the supply and the logistical setup, that it should be workable, and we are happy to include this in the launch of the north of India.
But also, Susanne, how is the local manufacturing positioned right now for IKEA? Is there a shift that you see? What is it like right now? And is there a change that you might possibly build more in India, make more in India? Is there a plan like that?
So when we came to India, we made a commitment to do 30% local sourcing together with the government, and that is what we deliver to today. Together in the IKEA value chain with the IKEA organization working with sourcing, we now look into the opportunities. We support the government's initiative to make in India. We see a big opportunity to build up this category further in the country. And we look at how we can create more job opportunities and also make it more export, because that's an opportunity that India has. And we want to be part of these initiatives.
How big of an opportunity do you think export from India gives global brands like you? You said about, local manufacturing does cut costs, does give you an edge for costing, etc. And IKEA is known for that. But how big of an opportunity, even in this region, do you think India presenting when it comes to exports?
Today, India, not IKEA, but India is exporting around 1.5% of the global export of the home furnishing category. And of course, that figure itself says it's a lot of opportunity. And together with the industry and the local players here in India, if we work really well from raw material to sourcing and production and the logistics, and all of the things that go with it, competence build up for the home furnishing sector, I believe the opportunity is big for IKEA, but also for other players to do more of export and job creation for India.
Susanne, also you spoke about how you've learned lessons from the earlier 2 stores, and we are expecting 2026 you will come up with the Gurgaon and the Noida store for IKEA. What are the key takeaways? Why has there been a longer haul of these learnings? What was the challenge? What was the hindrance that IKEA faced in a country like India? Is it societal? Do you think there is something differently to be done in India than, say, for example, in Europe? What is the learning that you have had in these years?
I think, first of all, I want to remind us that we have went through a pandemic, and of course that had a big impact on IKEA and on all businesses and on all people, and it had an aftermath, an impact on supply chains and inflation, etc. So it was a lot to stabilize and find the grounds to move forward again. What we have done during this last year is to really go deeper in understanding our customers, our consumers, and the Indian life at home, and going into the depths of who are the consumers who come to us and what do they look for, and to show how IKEA can offer solutions that are more relevant. So we have gone some layers deeper, and that have given us a lot of insights that we will continue to work with when it comes to offering and showing solutions to our customers.
Yeah. So you spoke about the pandemic, and there has been a growth since then. We are past the pandemic, of course. Susanne, but how about investments? IKEA has committed a lot of investment in India. Where does it stand right now, and what are the growth plans in the next 5-6 years with this new online delivery system coming up in North India, 2 more IKEA centers to be expected in 2026? How big of an expansion policy and investment is expected from IKEA in India?
So when the first phase was planned, we committed to 10,500 crores, and that is booked and consumed in the investments we have done, including the 2 major projects we have in Noida and in Gurugram. Yeah. Since then, we have gone into depth in looking at India, the opportunities, the market as such, the growth, the economic outlook, and together in the whole of IKEA and the whole value chain, we have agreed that India is a growth market and a priority market for IKEA. And that's very exciting, because then we can move the totality together. And we will come back with more plans and more investments in a short while.
Okay. You spoke about the opportunity in India. Home furnishing as a category is not something which is very regularized in India as such right now, but there are a lot of home furnishing brands from India. How do you see that competition building up? Do you think there is room? And do you think that this regularization of this category is important right now? How does IKEA find itself in this particular category? And how do you see IKEA has an edge over the local home furnishing brands that are present in India?
No, I think if we look at the category per se, I think with the growth, the development in India, with increasing awareness of what the home can do for your life, so a better home is a better life, I believe there is scope for many players to be in this field, to make the home a more interesting category to invest in, besides what people like to put their money on when the necessities are paid. I think more and more interest will come on the home, the more knowledge is shared, and I think everyone who is in that this segment can support that journey. So I want to say there is space for everyone. And we welcome part of the regulation that is to secure that we provide quality, safe and healthy products to consumers. So the quality control order that is coming for furniture, we support fully. We think it's important to give it time so the whole industry can transition in a very good way. I think it will in the long run benefit consumers with quality. And what we can bring is, I must say, the 80 years has been a journey of improving health, safety, sustainability, quality for the customers of IKEA. The experience we have from ideating a product and a solution to design to production, the whole supply and logistics, has been a massive experience of 82 years, and that we will bring into India and share and build up the similar business in India for the good of India as well.
Well, Susanne, you spoke about how, this ideology that a better home is better life. Do you think that as a core value, India is a different market for home furnishing just because of what you said? Is there a challenge that you see as a global brand when it comes to cutting through those values of how a home should look like? And do you think that the newer generation of Indians is more open to products like IKEA, to brands like IKEA? Also, add on to that the kind of income that's increasing. We're seeing a lot of HNIs coming up. The spending power increasing. Do you think there is a shift, and how does IKEA fit into that kind of new lifestyle?
Yeah, all research we have done and taken part of, we see there is an openness for the modern and the new, but there is also a lot of love for the past and the tradition, and I think that's the beauty when you blend the traditional with the modern. I don't expect that everyone should have a fully furnished IKEA home, but maybe with some pieces that you have from inherited from the past, some artisan work from India, the colors of India blending with the modern styles and the functional design furniture from IKEA. It's beautiful. I have it in my own home. I've lived in India for 8 years, so I have many Indian originating furniture as well, but the mix is beautiful. So I think there will be an openness and a need of having easy, available, ready-made, affordable solutions when people move, because one thing that is happening in India is the mobility of people going where work is, leaving one city for another one, and the need to set up a home in a new space. And there we can come in with easy and affordable solutions also. So I think there is a need and there is a space, and we are committed to stay here long term to be for the many people ultimately in India.
Yeah.
Not everyone can afford today, we are aware, but
Sure.
ultimately that's the goal and vision we have.
Okay. Susanne, also, you know, IKEA is known for these expansive, huge centers across the world, not just in India. We've seen the Hyderabad one. It's the same in Mumbai. I'm expecting that the Gurugram one and the Noida one will also be expansive and huge. But you said that, you know, how online is playing a bigger part. Now you want to diversify into that strategy as well. Is IKEA globally transitioning into that? Is that sort of the future, or both of them should be together? Is that the sort of strategy that the brand is going for?
So what we see is more of an omni-channel world where all the pieces need to play together, and online is an increasingly important, but it doesn't take away the need for experiencing, getting inspiration in an IKEA store, touch and feel. It doesn't take away the need of digital solutions and capabilities like planning systems and like creative tool, an app where you can plan your home, services connected to that. All that needs to play together to make the customer experience at its best. So I see it's not going to take over, but it's an increasingly important part, but the other parts we believe strongly will play an important part in the future.
What in urban markets, Susanne, do you think that, can we expect that IKEA is going to be in smaller pop-ups everywhere in urban cities in India at least?
I think you can expect to see different formats. You can expect in a big city like Delhi, of course we need to have a flagship store, which is coming up in Gurugram in 2026. And you will see other formats as well, because we know accessibility is important. People have less time, traffic is challenging sometimes, and then we need to be closer to where people are. So different formats will come. We will also test and try and see what really works well in India. So we are going to see more of that, more variation.
Well, talking about variations, Susanne, quick commerce is something that India has led the charge across the globe, and people, as you said, are impatient. Now people want, say, for example, a side table lamp in another 10 minutes. Is IKEA sort of looking at that as well?
So I think, first of all, we have an advantage when it comes to furniture. We can deliver furniture the next day in Delhi, for example, Delhi-NCR. And if you want a completely new wardrobe system or a kitchen, that can be delivered, it can be installed in 1 to 2 weeks. And I think that is far quicker than many other, I would say, suppliers of a kitchen. When it comes to quick commerce on home furnishing accessories, of course, we look into what is the real need. Is it 10 minutes, or is it some hours, or is it one day? And we will see what the need is and what is relevant, and then go according to that. So we are with curiosity looking into, and as you say, it's unique in India how it's going so fast, and expectations increasing as we speak.
So across quick commerce, e-commerce, pop-ups, and then the IKEA big stores. So IKEA is clearly betting big on India, but how big is big? Susanne, what is the kind of vision that you have for India, say for example in the next 5 years?
Yeah, we have a big vision, and it's related to, first of all, the market size, the economic outlook, the upgrading and the development in society, a growing middle class, which will drive ultimately more and more people into having a wallet that can be a little bit spending also on the home. So for us, it is a priority market. If we have a vision to be for the many people, then India is the place to be. And what helps us also is that we have the colleagues working with sourcing since 40 years. So we have experience of the sourcing part, and that can be further scaled up. We have also other entities working here, the shopping center arm, the investment arm of IKEA, the foundation, digital hub, global business operations. So all play together in the value chain, and that's a fantastic opportunity to continue to build on for us in India.
Yeah, but what is the kind of revenue projections that you're seeing, a ballpark figure? Can India be the next billion-dollar market?
Yes, it can definitely. Then I don't say what year, so let's come back on the year, but of course it can, of course.
Do you see it as one of the top 5, top 3 markets?
Sometimes, yes. Then exactly when, I haven't looked into that deeper, because of course it depends on other markets. But with the size and the growth and over time, yes, it will be a big market. Right now it's relatively small in the context of IKEA. We have been in some countries 50, 60, 70, 80 years. Of course, that will take time to build up to that. But with the size of India, it has a big opportunity.
But Susanne, with the kind of transitioning that we are seeing, and you spoke about it, you know, the touch and feel, but also quicker, such a big market, preferences changing. Is IKEA thinking about going beyond just being a home furnishing brand to a lifestyle brand in emerging markets specifically?
If you with a lifestyle mean a way of living, a style of living, I would say we are in that space, because we don't think so much about selling a product. We think about the life at home, which is the core of why we are here. We offer everything for the home, and we are obsessed of understanding the home, not selling this product, but what is the solution, what is the thing that this will do for the needs. How can it improve the life? And when the home improves, like if you improve your bedroom, your sleep will be better and your life will be better. So home improvements is life improvements. So I would say that's how we want to position IKEA, as a style of living, as a way of a trusted brand that you actually feel emotionally connected to, and with a vision that is to create a better life for the people, the many people in the home. But it goes beyond that, our co-workers who work for us, the suppliers who we are in partnership with, the societies where we are present. And we have learned over these 80 years, it's good business to do good business and to be a good business. And it needs all to come along together. So what is fantastic, I feel, working with the totality of the business, is that we look, of course, at financial results, but also the satisfaction of the co-workers, the happiness of the customers, and the impact on the planet. And all these are the goals we work towards.
Well, Susanne, 8 years is not that long a time, because you've been present in some countries, as you said, 60 to 80 years now, and you do plan on being in India for a way longer time. But in the last 8 years, how have you as a multinational seen Indian market grow and evolve as a country, as a society, as a market? How have you seen it, position, and how has IKEA's strategy sort of differentiated from the time that it started to today because of that change in India?
No, we see a country that is developing very fast, a country that is very diverse. So to say it's only one size, I think you need to have the layers of the diversity with you. And I think it's the beauty of India is that it's going to develop and it's going to be modern, but it keeps a lot of the old and beautiful with it. And it's going quite fast. And I think the digitalization, no one can doubt how well that has been happening in India with payment solutions, connectivity, smartphones, and what that means for people, access to information. It's going really, really fast and opening up. So I think as we speak, we see the development happening, and that, of course, we have seen over the years we have been doing, building up the retail in the country.
So, you know, two last questions, Susanne, I have for you. One is the public-private partnership in India. How has IKEA, like other multinationals, we've seen that there are a lot of challenges, but there are a lot of opportunities in this market and globally right now. What are the kind of opportunities that you see? Of course, you spoke about some of them, but what are the challenges? What do you think the Indian government needs to do more to push all sorts of corporates, multinationals, international brands to have a better business in India, to give them more scope to grow? Is there something that we are lagging behind in, where probably the government, the policy can come in and help?
No, I see a big movement to having a dialogue with the industry, and that we welcome. So I think I just want to see more of that, where the industry, where the multinational or local players are coming together and really looking at how can we make ease of doing business, protecting the interests of the government and the society and the country, and make it win-win. And there is always a solution forward, but when things come too fast and maybe not planned through, then it can really impact business. But I see this dialogue happening, and we are very happy for that.
Okay. Coming back to the first question that I asked you about the North India, you know, opening up of online things and the satellite cities, the delivery in satellite cities. Susanne, tell me, what is the vision for that? What do you expect out of it? You told me what are the plans, you told me what is in the pipeline, you told me how big a market it is. But 1 year down the line, what are you expecting from this move? Do you think that IKEA is going to become bigger than just those big stores, the expansive stores we have seen right now? What are your expectations from people who are going to come to these pop-up stores? Do you think that it's going to be quicker, the e-commerce, the quick commerce boom is going to help IKEA? What are the expectations from your side?
I think we will learn a lot from the north of India. I've lived myself in Delhi 4 years, so I know expectations from consumers are high. I think that will push us to improve when there is something we can do. I think we will learn more about the life at home, what is unique up here in the north, and adjust to be more and more relevant. I hope we will have a good dialogue with customers, so we really build the trust here, and that we become the loved brand that we aim to be.
Okay, well, Susanne, thank you so much for joining us here on CNBC TV18. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was lovely meeting you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV18 on all of our digital platforms.